Say what you want about me potentially being a guy who is easily swayed by what he sees on the internet, but I'll open this video up with a different sentiment than we've had in the past. Free my guy, Gavin McKenna. This is an update that I did not think we would be diving into, but it is one that we have today. In regards to Penn State University, Nittany Lion, NCAA projected first overall pick Gavin McKenna, and his entire legal situation. Now, it has been a very highly profiled and coveted story on social media. Gavin McKenna and his situation with the charges and his aggravated assault felony that he had gotten about 2 weeks ago. But now, we are diving into some hearsay and what a potential private investigator has to go out there and say about it. Yeah, this ain't really about hockey. I'm not gonna lie. This is a video about a guy who happens to play hockey and who was at a double point per game rate and the World Junior Tournament earlier this month. And then you have yourselves the Penn State University production. He's a pretty good player, still projected first overall by a lot of outlets. Maybe not every single one of them, but still up there. Let's head over onto the Powers of PSU Twitter account. They have 1,500 followers, and they do a bunch of opinion pieces and commentary tweets about Penn State University and what's going on over there. Take a look at this. This was a Twitter thread from February 5th, so 11 days ago, in regards to Gavin McKenna and the guy that supposedly gotten punched by McKenna. The guy's name is Josh Coakley. And furthermore to this, the reason we're looking at this, even though it's 11 days old, is because we had ourselves a follow-up posted by the Powers of PSU Twitter account from yesterday. This got 500,000 views, and a lot of people are going to go out there and just kind of skim over it, try to see what's going on. So let's dive into both of these posts here and just try to get ourselves an idea as to what's being reported on and what a private investigator happens to say about it too. This is all assuming, of course, Powers of PSU was not lying. I'm going to assume that they're trying to tell the truth here. Take a look at this. It seems as if Mr. Josh Coakley, the guy who got punched by Gavin McKenna, who has a very... Actually, I'm not going to comment on anything. I'll just let the words do the talking. It seems as if Mr. Coakley intentionally harassed Gavin McKenna's mom in her face, and he called her something. Gavin had to be restrained inside the restaurant by Penn State hockey teammates. The McKennas then left the restaurant to avoid the scene when the victim followed them into the parking lot. He approached Mrs. McKenna when Gavin cold-clocked the dude in one punch. A classic cash grab. You are looking to provoke the most famous student-athlete on campus, a future top NHL pick. He is a loser senior who doesn't have a job offer and who plans it all out. The only thing he's immune from is manual labor, which he'll be doing on the Ridley Borough crew when he is back living in his parents' basement. State College police are a half-notch above the Keystone cops. They would have called the Kennedy assassination a flesh wound. This joker is laughing at Mount Nittany Hospital like he had won the lottery. McKenna was protecting his mom, dropped these bogus charges. So this, of course, is from 11 days ago. It's not really anything that I think enlightens us as to what actually happened, except for this piece of info, which just seems to be more so of a play-by-play of the events. But then this post made earlier yesterday by the Powers of PSU Twitter account went out there and said that they talked with the private investigator hired by the McKenna legal team this week. He is an acquaintance and exceptional at his job. 1. The PR found out that the friends' names of the supposed victims were at the doggies on the 31st. Number 2. They had obtained videos from the Pew Street Garage and the State College Borough street candidates yesterday. No pun, but they would love to get the restaurant footage too. Gavin McKenna is the real victim here. Totally innocent. Doing what 99.9% of us would have done if our mom was accosted twice by a drunk dude and was in imminent danger. In legal parlance, this is a classic cash grab. Sure, dropping the felony charge the day after we posted his identity smiling in the hospital was purely coincidental. No headgear, no bruises, no blood. For a jaw supposedly broken in 3 places by a 160-pounder wild punch on a pitch-dark street in a bitter cold with snow gloves on? Actually 2. First grazed, second connected. Mr. Coakley will not be confused with Joe Fraser, or Brendan Fraser, or even Fraser Crane for that matter, although he is a pretty good actor, in case that infectious disease major doesn't work out. Looked like the kind of WWE dive John Cena would be proud of. After all, we are a big NCAA wrestling and UFC with Dana White's school. We are hoping that Judge McQueen tosses out the remaining bogus misdemeanor charges so McKenna can resume normalcy and just be another 18-year-old international student freshman who loves Penn State and his friends and families and teammates. So, I'm going to say this. Assuming this is 100% true, assuming that this piece of information is factual, that the private investigator hired by the McKenna legal team found this information that, hey, people actually were in the situation that we didn't expect them to be, friends of the guy were also there, and there were videos obtained of the ordeal as well. If this is all 100% true, then I do start to wonder if there was some sort of a premeditation to what went down, and not from Gavin McKenna's side. Furthermore, I just wanted to give a big shout out, Powers of PSU. They're writing this entire thing like it's a wrestling promo. No headgear, no bruises, no blood. For a jaw supposedly broken in 3 places by a 160-pounder wild punch on a pitch-dark street in bitter cold with the snow gloves on. Like, that is a run-on sentence, but it sounds cool. You then had yourselves some images, which were included here as well. Hope you are well. Wondering if you know where the pic of Mr. Coakley surfaced from. I've been retained by McKenna's defense team. I'd like to know who Coakley's friends were with him. And then there were the pictures sent over there. You then had this image as well. Cash grab, no doubt, according to the PI, supposedly. And I'm going to blur out the last part of what was talked about between this PI and the Powers of you folks, because it does include some language that I don't think we are allowed to talk about. But just based off of what it seems like, doesn't look all too good for the guy that got clocked by Gavin McKenna. As we had mentioned in the previous few videos talking about this, it does feel like the guy might have had it coming. And I'll just leave it at that. So, with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this extra info that was discussed about the Gavin McKenna situation here? This dude who went out there and got clocked in the face after seemingly making some unremarkable remarks towards McKenna and his family. Was it deserved? Was it just? Was it punishable by law? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Obviously, I'm just reading stuff on the internet, so I'm not, like, there. I'm in Vancouver, BC. I'm just kind of chilling, doing my own thing, watching the Olympics, and reading what I see on the internet for you fine people also on the internet. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How does all this make you feel? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.